So the second method that we could use is the ratio table method. So we've just used the percent bar method to find the original price. So now that you've hopefully successfully been able to do that and you feel pretty confident in it, let's move on to using the second method of the ratio table. So once again, for this we know the amount of tax and we know the percentage of tax. So we know all of the tax information and we want to find that original price of the item. So once again, we're going to use the example of Pluto. So Pluto bought a new bone for himself but can't remember how much the original price was. If the amount of tax was 98 cents and you know it was a 7% tax, what was the original price? So we are once again going to use that ratio table just as we had set it up before. So that top left box is going to be our part, the top right box is going to be our percent, the bottom left box is going to be our whole, and then the bottom right box will always be 100. For this example, we can plug in two of the things that we know, which is the 98 cents, and this is our part. So we know our part because the tax is part of the original price. So the amount of tax will always be the part. So the 98 cents will go into the part, and then the 7 will go into the percent because we know that that is our percent tax. So we can either find the relationship between 107 or 7 and 98 cents, and then from there we can either do 7 divided by 98 cents and then use that number and do 100 divided by that number, or we can do 100 divided by 7 and then use that number and multiply, because we know that 7 times that number would be 100. We would multiply that number on the other side, so that 98 cents times that number, and hopefully you should end up with 14. So I want you to write this out on a piece of paper and find that number and hopefully be able to find 14. And then once you feel confident in this method, I want you to then move on to the next country and use the ratio method to find the original price. Alright, give it a try. And always feel free to come back to this video if you feel like you need a refresher.